Hi everyone, it's lesson 17 already. We have moved into a new realm of learning where we talked about doing destiny reading using Qimen Destiny. So it actually helps to tell us the life path of a person, the strengths and weaknesses in relation to their career, their business, their health, their wealth and relationship. So you can see the whole diverse aspect of a person's life that this Qimen Destiny chart is able to tell us. And it also can help us predict likely happenings in a person's life, better understand the problem, and also to provide solutions for them. At the same time, we'll be able to better understand the person's potential and actually help them to maximize their capabilities. So lesson 17 actually starts us off by sharing about the history, how in the olden days they used the 60 pillars or the 60甲子 to do destiny reading. So it all started by using the 子平八字 that can churn out 64 combinations based on the stem, the branches of the hour, day, month, and year. So at a point of time, 子平八字 is actually deemed to be pretty comprehensive because it actually tells a 10-year cycle. So here comes using Qimen to do destiny reading, whereby it's taking a different approach where we only need to identify a person character based on the date of birth, the time, the city and country of birth, and we only need to reference the day stamp to tell a person's character. So the day stamps actually would generate two different sets of information. One is actually identify the common symbol both in the heavenly stamp and earthly stamp. Earthly stamp will tell us about the stage 1 of the person when they are 0 to 30, 40 years. And if we are looking at a person's life from 30 to 40 years onward, we will look at the heavenly stamp. Other than that, lesson 17 also introduced us to 4 very unique symbols and chart that we need to especially look out for. First is actually look out for emptiness. So if we identify one emptiness in the chart churn out, we are to look out for 3 sets of character for this person. If we see 2 emptiness, then we will be looking at 4 sets of information about this person's character. So if we see a horse in the palace for their identified stamps, we'll be looking at this person being very active, they move around and also have potential to do overseas migration. Next, we are to take note 2 different charts. One is actually a FuYin chart, whereby we see this person having no distinct stage 1 and 2 kind of character. They are the type which is very goal-oriented and very obstinate. If we see people with death door Qimen to be somebody who is very stubborn, so a person with a FuYin chart is going to be at least 5 times, 10 times more stubborn than this person, and no one else is able to create a change in them. Only they themselves need to have the willingness to change. And lastly, we need to take note of people who is having a Fanyin chart when we do Qimen Destiny reading, because people with Fanyin chart are those that are very figure-minded. They change their mind very often, and it's very unpredictable in a sense of their character, because they see changes as something that is motivating for them, and throughout their years you will see their character of stage 1 and stage 2 flip-flopping. So they are the type whereby if you want to having interactions with them, you need to be very comfortable with their fluidity of their character. Yeah, so this is actually the gist of what we have learned for lesson 17. So stay tuned as I will to share more about the next few lessons when we learned about Qimen reading. See you then.